Okay, Lexi, and here was the other one from lesson 90, was number 20. Again, I looked at this one, and what I couldn't see before, I did see when I had a chance to look at it on my own. So anyway, let's take a notice here. What we have to figure out here is what angle X is, and that would be right here. Okay, X degrees. What is that degree of that particular angle right there? Okay, so we have to know a little bit about what we see here, and this is what I could not see when we were together. But notice something here. We have an inscribed angle. Remember, inscribed angles are angles that are not at the center. It's not a central angle, but rather it's an angle that that's vertex touches the edge of the circle, okay? And the intercepting arc is very important. The intercepted arc, or intercepting arc, intercepted arc, however you want to word that, is right here. Okay, so it's where your angle, where are the segments reaching out to on the other side of the circle. Okay, so that arc is 115 degrees. Well, here's what we know. I forget what theorem number it is, but somewhere in the 70s, I believe. You're going to find a theorem that tells you how to calculate the measure of an inscribed angle. You use the intercepted arc's angle measurement of 115. So here's this angle we're going to try and figure out. You can kind of see it written in there in pencil that I erased out of there. But that particular angle is half of the inscribed angle. Half of its intercepted arc. An inscribed angle is always half the measure of the intercepted arc. So if you take your calculator and you put 115 in there and you cut it in half, you're going to get 57.5. Okay, so that is 57.5. The same is going to be true, and I'm going to show you here because I'm going to get rid of this one. We're going to do the other one, and we'll use orange. Okay, let's look at this other particular angle down here because I want you to notice. Here's another inscribed angle. This is kind of cool. When you see this, you're going to be like, oh my goodness. Hopefully you're going to say, oh yeah, I didn't see that either the first time. But notice that inscribed angle also is sharing the same intercepted arc as the other angle was. So those two angles are actually congruent because it's an inscribed angle. So what is the measure of this angle right here? It's half of the 115, which is 57.5. You can't really see that, so I'm going to use yellow here. $57.5 for this angle also. Now let me get rid of some of this stuff here. All right. Now, if what we're trying to figure out here is X, right here, this angle. Remember, we have to figure out this angle here. Because if I know this angle and I know this angle that's right here, then I can figure out the X degree because I could just take the 180, the sum of all three angles, subtract these other two out, and that will give me the third angle. Well, how am I going to know this? Okay, well, here's what we're going to do, and I want you to notice something. Okay, we were able to figure out this first two angles based on this 115 degree arc, right? The inscribed angles are half that measure. But notice something. We also have here, what's going in our favor, is we also have parallel lines. I want you to notice something. Here's the transversal. Here's my parallel lines. And here's my transversal cutting through. Boop, right here. Notice something. Look at this angle. And look at this angle. They're alternate interior angles. So what does that mean about this angle here? It means 57.5. And the cool thing is then, that means, and there may be another way to go about this, and I couldn't find the theorem. Seems like there's another way to figure this out, but this is just one way. And remember, sometimes there's several things that we can do to arrive at the same answer. But look, this is an isosceles triangle right here. So we have 57.5 and 57.5. Well, we already know that those two together are going to give us 115 degrees. Okay, so this angle here at X, we're just going to take 180 and we're going to subtract out the other two angles that are 115 together, and you're going to end up with 65 degrees. So angle X is 65 degrees. And that's how you figure that out. Okay, so that's one way. Hope you can see what I saw. And I'm sorry that I was a little delayed in the process, but there you have it. Have a great night, Lexi. See you later. Bye-bye.